So I have already opened the box, but that is literally all I've done, and he was not present when I opened it. Is it Afrikaans? Then I would also suggest that you have some treats with you, just to entice your doggy or your kitty into the bag. So, got some treats. Yeah. Maar ons gaan hulle een kant koekerootjie. Wat is binne? Wat is binne? Wat is dit? Wat is dit? Wat is dit? Kom eens maak. So let's take it out. So I can already see that it's quite a bit wider than the bag he's got, but it's probably just a little bit more in length, but in width it's definitely wider. What is this? What is this? Look at again, so what are you gonna work crying? Why have they done that? I will need a pair of scissors. Hold on. Getting a pair of scissors. They have quite literally stuck some tape. And the tape runs all the way, which makes it impossible to not tear this bag completely. Ooh, okay, opens up like this. Opens up like this. Here, come here, come here, come here, Bag. Let's see, so we've got the sides. It's got a nice little big flap on this side. I want to open it now. We'll just first see where's the shoulder strap. Make sure this is out of the way. And there it is up. Then it's got this fluffy thing inside. This is like a harder, oh, you can unzip it. Oh, nice. It's got like a sort of wooden thing with a bit of padding. I would be concerned how that would do with water. But I suppose the idea is to be able to remove this cover, which is why there's a little zip. Oh, he likes soft stuff, so he's going to love this fur. Yes. He fits so beautifully in there, actually. I'm surprised because I thought, you know, as he's a bit of a giant chihuahua, I really thought that. So I'm assuming this would stay up straight when it is zipped. Okay, I'm going to zip this side. Let me turn it around so that you guys can see. Let's see how the zips are. Let me just twist it a bit. Let me just twist them to the right side. And let's see what happens when you zip it. It's not difficult to zip, it's just that it's brand new and the zips are facing that way and they should be facing that way. So there's not a problem with the zip. I'm just being careful with it because I don't want to do anything to ruin it. I want to make sure that it takes the right shape and form without putting pressure on any of the systems. There we go. And I would prefer having these little zippies at the top so that I've got an eye on them. So it's got a nice little thingy here. What's that? That looks lovely. So we could also do it, I think, this way. If we don't want to have the flaps, we can just do it like that. Come on. So he knows the phrase. I taught him the phrase in my language is binnein. So I made it not a long sentence, a short phrase, and he knows that means that he's either jumping into something or sitting in something, either in a bag or his basket or something. But he knows that binnein means he has to be inside of it. Binnein. We gaan binnein. Hier binnein. So it's also got gauze at the top, which is really nice. So that can open. Kom away. So obviously he can sit up when it is closed, but he will be sitting like this, almost a bit like how I'm sitting now, because upright, his head is sticking out at the top. But I'm sure that will be acceptable. And then I'm going to see how he responds if I close this one up. Zit binnein. Zit jy nuwe stuk? Timmertjie. Okay, wait. Here it's just twisted. It's not the zip that's a problem. It just needs to take shape. Okay. I don't want him to feel trapped, so I'd rather let him out at this stage that he is showing that he wants to come out. So I would always also suggest be very gentle with your doggy or kitty at first. If they want to come out, let them out. Don't let them feel trapped until they are ready. Right, so now I'm going to leave the top one open for now. We have got two zips here. We've got the one we've just closed, which is the entire door. But then inside of that, we've got a second little zippy. And that one has... I just want to get the zips aligned. But we have a little door, like a gauze door. So now it stays sturdy because this one stays closed. This one stays closed, and then this one opens. And then he just walks in. Okay, sweetie, okay. Yeah, you deserve one. Oh, cute, man. What I am very excited about with this particular bag is that on the sides, it expands. And I can't wait to see what that looks like. Okay. There, and this can't unzip. I was wondering about that. So that's just a solid expand. How cool is that? Huh? You've got like an extra room. Get me touch. And then it's got the same on the other side. So let's have a look. See what that looks like. Look at him exploring. So obviously it cannot fold open entirely when it is under the seat. So it will probably be sitting sort of a bit like this on the one side. But to me, that offers a bit more gauziness and a bit more airflow. And one side maybe I'll keep one side completely closed and then let the other one fold out as far as it can. And that just gives him an extra little bit of room to stretch out in. And if we're sitting at the airport and I want to make sure that he is safe and he's in his bag, and I've got maybe 1 or 2 sides open and he's sitting spread on a seat and a half or 2 seats, then he's got a little bit of space just to stretch out in. He's got a bit more visibility as well when you've got both sides open. But obviously for the airplane, that doesn't have much use. You could really buy a bag that's got solid sides. But I do think it is going to help if I've got one side completely zipped and the other side open up as far as it possibly can, which will then give him that little bit of space to stretch out. And he's already stretching a bit into there with his body, which is great because that gives him just a bit more space to move around in. And it also then gives more airflow. So he's got this one, which is 100% open for airflow. This one, which will be sort of partially open for airflow. And then this one will be completely airflow. And then at the back, we've got a half a piece that is gauze, which allows airflow. And that is one of the things to me that was quite important, is looking at the airflow. So obviously you do get some of the bags that are very similar to this, but it's got gauze on the sides. What I don't like about that, in a colder climate, and depending on the time of the year that you're flying, your doggy could actually get cold inside. So unless you're traveling with a little blankie, he could actually get cold if it's just open all the way around and you do not have the option to close it up a little bit. Like here we can't do anything about it, and here we can't. But it's nice, I think it's nice that we can close the sides, because I was really looking for a bag that we can use going forward, not just once off on the plane. If we're going to take a train from the Netherlands to Germany or to Switzerland or wherever we want to go, then this bag is going to be that far distance travel bag for him. And then I'm going to keep his old bag, even though it's 12 years old, it still looks not bad. It looks okay. He's used to it and he loves it. So I will keep that bag, and that will sort of be a sprint to the shop or a quick trip here where he's only in that bag for a little while. Then that bag is okay. But otherwise, this one is going to be great. I am so happy that he is just in there and he's so relaxed. It's already like home for him. He knows it's a bag. He knows he has to be in it. Like I said, even if your doggy has never had a bag, I still think making him part of the process of opening it, taking it out, like a Christmas present, making them part of that and bringing the excitement. And even if you have to, when you open the box, just throw like 1 or 2 treats in to get them to like smell it before they even know it's for them. And I am now purely thinking from the point of view that your doggy has never had a bag. What are the things that I would do if he's never had a bag? I would want to make him part of the process. And even now, even though he's had a bag, it was important for me to make him part of the process, because then he sees it in a different light. For me, with my doggy, it has always been about his association with things. What does he associate that thing with? And if there's a positive connection and a positive association, then the learning process is so much faster. So I'm super glad that I could share this with you guys, and it went a lot better than what I expected, to be honest. I did not expect him to fall in love with it like he has now. And when I'm looking at him, he's loving it because he's got his nose just sticking out the front here, but he's got his bum all the way over here, which means he's already using that little extension that is there to sort of lie a bit more sideways, to not lie upright, but to be on his side. And I always believe that when animals lie on their side, it means they're more comfortable and more relaxed. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. And we are super excited for the trip. We've got another 2.5 months to go. I bought 1 or 2 other things that he didn't have or is not used to, and I will try and make a similar video to this to show you guys my process of how I am thinking of bringing him into that as well and teaching him how to use something new. Oh, Sean, he's sleeping now. He's tired. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Bye. You're cute.